friends with Nipsey got my email and sent me an email yesterday morning.
I'm sitting here and have a conversation with a gentleman by the name of Mr. Milan, also known as Milan, Firebugg. After the Nipsey Hussle situation out in LA, just reading through all the different things that were on television, I came across a picture of this gentleman and Nipsey, and just a lot of negative comments about how this guy probably had something to do with what happened to Nipsey. So me being the nosy person I am, I read the Instagram posts and I read the different articles about him, only to find out that right before this happened, he had actually met with Nipsey. Not on some negative nonsense, but on some fairly super positive peacemaking type stuff. And so I'm going to let him kind of introduce himself and tell you a little bit more about that, so we'll get a feel for who he is before we keep talking.
Now, the Firebugg character, this is why I wanted to come and do this part here. He is in an interview talking about Nipsey, claiming him and Nipsey had made up for being enemies the day before Nipsey was assassinated. So that was on that Saturday. He was assassinated that Sunday. There's a picture, you can see an interview with him talking about him speaking to Nipsey in a restaurant 24 hours before the assassination, which would be that Saturday, March the 30th, 2019. And he said they sat down for a while. He was with a woman, and that Nipsey was with his daughter, said the daughter was in the car. Now, I don't know who can verify this, but, oh, Nipsey's here. He's saying this is not true. Now, they have text messages that have been released with conversations between Firebugg and Nipsey, and I think people are reading the text messages. I think Firebugg might have released them. I don't think Nipsey released them, because it was the day before he was assassinated. And they said it looks like the way they were talking, everything was fine between them. Firebugg said Nipsey said he respected his campaign and his music, and that he was going to bring him to the studio to do work with Nipsey. Nipsey is saying to me that's a motherfucking lie. Nipsey is saying to me that's a motherfucking lie. He said they were politicking, yes. He said, but he don't like me, and I don't like him, and our troubles go way back to the good old gangbanging days, slanging, banging, gangbanging days, where we were enemies. Our lines were defined, his lines, their lines were defined. It was very clear what side that we stood on and what sides they stood on. He said, yeah, we could have got it popping. Wait a minute, baby, so what are you saying? You saying y'all wasn't on good terms the day you saw him, where he said that y'all had put your hatchet down, y'all buried y'all differences and guns? He said no, it was political, and I was willing to keep it political at the time because of where I was and who I was with. He said, but I let him know at any given time, if it was right circumstances, we would have got it popping right then. Okay, yeah, as y'all can see, y'all, this is going downhill. Goddamn.
But
so when you guys saw each other in that restaurant that day, what was the vibe? What happened?
really, I think the vibe was anointed by God. It had to be, you feel me? Because it went on 2 or 3 days before when I seen him, not even 24 hours before he got killed, you feel me? So I seen him Saturday evening. He got killed, what, Sunday? So
what did you guys, did you have much of a conversation? I saw you were exchanging a lot of texts.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I think I'm hearing correctly. He said, no, I can't stand this motherfucker. He said, I didn't like him then, I don't like him now. He says, homeboy got killed and he blamed me for it. Or my crew. He said, but it wasn't me. He's like, no, I didn't step in because that's my crew, that's my family. He on his side. If they had done something to me, he wouldn't have stepped in when they did something to me either. He said, no, this is still an ongoing problem. He said, and I'm going to handle this. I'm going to get the bottom of this shit. He said, it's this. He's talking, and from what he is saying to me, there's no peace between them. I don't understand. Because he's just saying this to me now. He said there is no peace, there is no understanding. This is a misunderstanding. he does not, he said, why do I admire a junkie? He said that misleading little boys in the wrong direction, and they got them going backwards instead of forwards, and that's actually teaching them to gangbang and build private secret armies and pretending that you're political, knowing that he's still with that gangbanging shit as old as he is. These are political rivalries, and these are street level rivalries. He said he want to be me. He jealous of me. He's trying to ride off my campaign while he's saying I fuck with his campaign. He said I ain't never fuck with his campaign. He said this is a has-been, a loser, and a wannabe, a follower. He's never been me. He's never been on my level. He stayed in and out of jail too much, telling lies and setting people up, telling me this nigga's a fucking informant. That's why they let him out. This nigga is working with the feds.